Dang, I can't get hit by nothing. I cannot afford to get hit by nothing. Come on, boo. Ah! I'm gonna shoot you, goo. Why is he farting them at me? What? I'm literally one hit. I'm one hit! Damn it! I was literally one hit! If you like watching me suffer and hearing my screams of agony, subscribe to my Twitch, link in the description and pinned comment. But for now, enjoy the video. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read to you a series of tweets from an individual named Alden Bunag, who is, and I quote, a socialist high school teacher fighting for a better society for my students to graduate into. An artist, a dancer, a singer, photographer, writer, creative director who resides in Hawaii. Keep that in mind. And I quote, you have yet to demonstrate why teaching kids basic sex ed and discussing gender and sexuality with them is grooming, while I've repeatedly explained why. Don't tell me to fucking Google anything. This is also why no one takes you guys seriously. You can never back shit up. So you want kids to be completely ignorant about sex, which is true because pedos like you, keep that in mind, can feel them up and they won't understand what's going on and can't verbalize it to their parents or others. Also, talking about LGBT does not require discussing sex whatsoever. Sexual orientation doesn't require discussing sex, you fucking pervert. Keep that in mind, unless your brain automatically goes to fucking whenever you think of two dudes liking each other. Keep on demonstrating how sick in the mind you are. Keep that in mind. You're fucking acting like we want to show kids porn or something. Keep that in mind. But something I've learned through the years is that whenever right-wingers accuse others of something, it's definitely because they're projecting. Now, boys and girls, I know I'm the professor, philanthropist, gynecologist, gardener, vegan extraordinaire, bacon connoisseur, and McDonald's no longer eater, but I have a question for everybody. What's the reason I read these tweets to you? Is it A, because I could show you some weirdo on Twitter, or B, this individual in particular who's going around saying everybody else is the problem? You can't back anything up. Oh, you think we're all trying to do this when we're not? We don't have to do all these things. How dare you sit there and think that somebody is out there doing these things? Is the exact person who is doing these things.
Teacher has been arrested for sharing child pornography. Federal prosecutors say Alden Bunag sent illicit pictures and video to another teacher on the mainland and admitted to sex with a 13-year-old student. Manolo Morales reports.
Alden Bunag made his first court appearance on Thursday at the federal courthouse and remains in custody until his next hearing. Court records say he admitted to investigators that he recorded his sexual encounters with a 13-year-old boy who was a former student and sent the videos to others through a messenger app. According to federal court documents, Bunag had been sending child pornography to a teacher in Philadelphia. That teacher was arrested in October. Documents say Bunag and the mainland teacher exchanged over 3,300 messages to include hundreds of images and video files, and that Bunag claimed to have sex with the boy at the school during lunch breaks. He also described the boy as a former student and knew that he was a minor at the time. Records say he also admitted to distributing the video recording of his sexual contact and admitted to distributing child pornography involving other minor victims.
Here's a life lesson. I get that everybody wants to pretend on social media that they're a hero. I get that you want to think that you do a good job, that you out in the world making sure everything is clean. You need to understand something. Your shit stinks just as everybody else. There is no human being alive who is 100% good. There's no human being alive who could sit here and convince me that they're 100% good. Everybody has done something they regret, and hopefully in time you've learned and you've grown. But what I find weird is that this person 2 months ago was tweeting these things, and yet they're going around thinking it's a good idea to groom children, have sex with children, and then for some odd reason share it with other adults. Don't you think people would be concerned if they found out about that? Don't you think when you're out there saying, oh, these Republicans and these right wingers, all they do is do these things, and they think, oh, every time a gay person is hanging out with a gay person, they're obviously going to spread their seed amongst children. Don't you think if you you specifically are participating in that, it's going to affect every single thing you say, because I hold the opinion that it's completely dumb to think that anybody who's a pedo has pronouns, or if you straight, black, white, male, woman, it don't matter. There are people on all sides of this weird spectrum people like to sit on that are gross, and I would rather everybody call them out. I don't care if they're your friend, I don't care if they're your buddy, I don't care if there's some political god you worship, because you have no backbone to gauge your own opinion. It's important that you get the bad apples out, therefore all the good apples could grow into more apples and trees. I don't know how gardening works, but it's just funny how somebody could act as if they are the greatest hero and they're a virtue and they're somebody special and they have sanctifying grace when they're literally scum of the earth. I hope this piece of shit rots in jail. I hope they dig him up after he passes away and buries him back under the jail, because Big Tyrone likes ghosts. I just want to take a moment to highlight this tweet in particular because the levels of irony are just screaming at me. Isn't it interesting, this conversation about sex ed and how it should be taught, and if it's not taught there's going to be a lot of problems? I agree with that. I hold that stance firm, because guess what? A teenager who's growing all that hair and they're getting wet and they don't know what to do with their bodies, they need to learn about sex ed. Why? Because you as a parent don't want your kid going off to college and then coming back on Thanksgiving with an STD, or even worse, a baby. You would want them to be responsible with their bodies, right? And even I've said you can teach this to a little child, but it would have to be a PG version, aka don't touch me there. That's my fucking no-no square. And I know somebody's gonna say, oh, we're a family of God, we don't do these things, there's no way my child would even think about doing them. Go knock on your son's door right now. He's jerking off to Crystal Lust. Show him this video and tell him I said hi. The weirdness of this tweet is coming from somebody who's gaslighting others while they're going around doing things to children, bragging about it and thinking it's okay. On a base level, I agree with the tweet. We should be keeping kids away from pedos like you, because you going around pretending to be something you not. You trying to act like a hero, but in reality, you going around bragging about the fact and showing it to other people that you diddling kids. You petulant fucking weirdo. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.
Stupid. Dummy, I'll take that. Oh my goodness. Ah, I need to be ready for it. Here it comes. Well, I ain't never seen Peach animation yet. Alright, you kind of cool with it. I need a blocking. I need a blocking. Come on, goalie. Come on, goalie. Goalie. Why it's not letting me do it? What? It didn't let me do nothing. Oh, I blocked it. Never mind. What? You just gave him points?